Warm welcome after lunch. Right now, I'm in the middle of 4 different challenging situations. The first one, the lovely food of Hilton will start acting inside your stomach, I know very well. I have been told I have to complete within 25 minutes. As I was looking my slide deck, it is 53 slides had been consolidated out of interest to share with you on Industry 4.0. I could see many faces are very well known to me, particularly the students who has heard me many times in our factory as well in many seminars, okay? So I know fully the challenges, but I have promised to organizers, I will keep it short and positively I will complete it within 25 minutes. So I will be actually following some of the escape routes. Before I go to the topic, my topic, Industry 4.0, shaping the future manufacturing landscape, I have some, like rituals, I do it everywhere, wherever I speak, whether it is Industry Institute meet or purely academician, to talking something about Nokia. I'm pretty sure I can give in writing. Even today, right now, out of the faces what I see sitting in front of me, thinking where from this Nokia is coming. We know all it is shut down, it has been sold to Microsoft, where are they coming from? So, I would like to talk you something very quickly. It's not a marketing slide, but to give a flavor of what Nokia is. We are a completely transformed Nokia now. Nokia started its journey long back, 150 years back in Finland, in a small village. Then it's a history. We have adopted to many changes. The handset, what all of us know, was the super hit because it reached your hands, directly consumer product. It has undergone many changes. In 2007 period, the network division of Nokia combined with Siemens, then we formed Nokia Siemens, then Siemens moved out, then Motorola moved out, then we have taken over Alcatel. The history will continue. So the point I'm trying to make, as a company, we have transformed a lot in last 100 years, and it's a completely new Nokia now. We are into the network business predominantly, which actually forms the mobile network, which drives all your mobile phones what you use in the hand. Okay? Not only this mobile network business, we are also into very much the fixed network optical systems, telecom software, global services. From this very location of Chennai, we have 3 big units. We are factory at Oragadam, we have services center here in Navalur, and we have the R&D center from Alcatel side. So we are a vast company in India itself. 15,000 people are working for Nokia networks. Globally, more than 1 lakh employees are there, more than 110 countries all over the world. So that's all about new Nokia, and this picture what you see is the factory, the manufacturing location of Nokia from where I'm coming. I look after the engineering part of this factory. Now, this factory is just 30 to 40 kilometers just from here. But I'm sure many of you have not yet visited. And my theme, the topic, what I'm going to talk, Industry 4.0, how it is going to change the landscape of manufacturing. It's just not I'm going to tell you anything theoretical. Rather, I would like to share with you my real life experience, the real story from the ground, what we have been practicing in our own factory before talking to the whole world in this very location, Chennai. Okay? Now, this is not a marketing slide, just to give you a flavor of what Nokia right now is. You can skip all this topic. You could see this slide. This is a slide which the manufacturing locations of all Chennai follow. We are not talking about how many numbers we will be producing, what will be the sales, which is very common in any business house. But the point, if you read the mission or the vision, we wanted to convert the whole factory, the manufacturing, a smart factory. If you can read some of the terms, like we would like to make it a self-learning, predict, prevent, right? All these terms are very correlated with Industry 4.0 topic. Now, since my topic is Industry 4.0 and manufacturing landscape, I like to understand first what comes in your mind. Excuse me, the audience which is in the front seat predominantly. 80% of my audience today, the students I know from the colleges. So predominantly my whole lecture is destined towards them. So what comes in your mind when you think of manufacturing? What do we do in a manufacturing location? We make a product. End of the day, whether it is steel plant or process plant or mobile phone plant or network, end of the day we make a product. So what comes in your mind? Some material, some machine, some process, and the output comes, right? And I'm sure when the factory comes in your mind, you think lot of workers working on the floor, dirty hands, we have chimneys, smoke is going out of the factory, remote place, right? This is very common, I know that. Now, also, this may be known to many, many people, but since we are talking a lot on Industry 4.0, let's have a quick look historically what has happened. What did this Industry 4.0 means? If you see the history of manufacturing long back, 200 years back, predominantly, we have been using mechanical stuff powered by steam, water, etc. initially. Then electricity came into picture. The first one was Industrial Revolution 1. Second one is Industrial Revolution 2, when people started using electricity for the sake of manufacturing as a source of power. Then time passed, then the era of computer came. We see a lot of IT, right? It's a buzzword, IT, computer. So when computer and IT start combining hands to support manufacturing, we called it Industrial Revolution 3. But today, it is a completely different revolution what we are going through. It is a completely game changer dimension, Industry 4.0, where everything is connected. You don't need to understand what it is right now, but most likely as I will be closing my speech, you will be understanding that what I am talking about rather than reading this English. So, this Industry 4.0 and manufacturing, how it is correlated, now I will take you through a couple of examples from our own factory. And one thing, why I am extremely delighted, in true sense, just not to please the audience who is sitting in front of me. I was listening to the panel discussion, there is a lot of queries, what the students should do, what should I do, what should I study. So generally, we the corporate people think who are works into, we know better than the students what they should do, what they should not do. But with my complete self-conviction, I can tell you why I am delighted, the topic what I am addressing, I am 300% confident, even not 500%, that this group who are sitting in front of me, particularly the students, invariably is going to play the most critical contribution towards Industry 4.0. The technology, what we develop, it is there. But main challenge is how do we bring and connect all the available technology in our hand to bring the real sense of Industry 4.0. It is just not the technology. It is more about how even we connect different technology and bring it to a meaningful way for the industry, particularly for manufacturing. For that, we need the very, very brilliant brains, fresh brain, and the students are the right candidate, I feel, okay? Going my experience of 20 years in the corporate house, I can tell you, we have poisoned ourselves with PowerPoint, PPTs, meetings, emails. But when I'm talking a revolution, this has never happened in the history, through PowerPoint, meetings, phone call. It needs the fresh people who can think. Just now I was on the other side, seeing how the students were giving some demonstration. And I was wondering that how such a short time these people could make such a brilliant concept into practice. I fully understand that industry will play a role to convert them to make it sustainable, to productionize. But the concept, the evolution, what is the key of Industry 4.0 will come from the students. I'm emphasizing maybe a little bit more. Now, if you see the schematic of this factory, when I was explaining you to the factory, the whole pointer is not working, but you see we have a couple of robots, couple of machines, couple of 3D printing machines, that's all, that is in our mind. But if you look at this picture, the factory is something beyond that. we would like to monitor each and every operation of the factory in the floor going on, sitting any part of the world. All the devices in the floor is really connected in two sense. This can even go to cloud, blah, 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 lot of things. Now, the conventional manufacturing industry is not that. We are not considering that how I will be connecting my machines, how I will be able to predict that whether machine is going to fail or not. So it's a long way to go to convert the manufacturing industry to a real conscious, smart, intelligent one. And here Industry 4.0 concept ideas are going to play an important role. This is the same topic, but just presented in a different form. What pillars are there? When I am talking about connection of machines, so you understand that any factory, manufacturing location, there has to be solid connectivity media to connect all the machines, all the people, all the material. Do you have today? No. You go to any factory, you will be seeing predominantly very fixed, rigid machines which are wired. What happened to us a couple of days back in our personal life? All the desktops were wired at pretty home. Even in office, laptop was LAN connected. What happens today? Do we really care in office to sit on the same place with the laptop? We move because we assume everywhere I will get a Wi-Fi and is connected. Can we visualize, my dear students, that can it happen that one day I will move a tester equipment machine just like anything from one place to another? We are not at still this stage. So there is a lot of things to be done at the connectivity form. Then service, you electronic students, you know very well what is sensor, device, actuators I am talking. Everything creates huge data. IT of course come into picture. Then end of the day, I want to see what is going on in my factory. We are all used to web link, right? We go to the internet, type a web link and see this. Now, this is another ball game to converting everything ultimate to the web application. All I am talking from perspective of manufacturing, not general web application. And then life has changed. We are not happy even with web application. We wanted to know everything at the tips of my hand, though it means app, mobile app. So the whole journey of the information from the shop floor, data flowing through machine, server, whatever, going to cloud, then ultimate to app. Now, if you look this whole chain or theory, do you think, is it a single man's job? Particularly, I am referring to the discussion, there is a query from someone just before the lunch to the panel members. Students should concentrate on what? From there, I in fact picked up the point. The days of superhero, single hero, computer science engineers has gone. The days of I am electronics engineer, so I have job, civil engineer don't have, it is a complete change. We want an integrated system, and it means that each and every student of every discipline can do a lot, and end of the day they need to work in sync. This picture is a technical picture of the typical technical architecture, but it tells me something different. It tells me something when I talk to students at the backdrop of this picture. I tell that all of you having a huge scope, everybody's plate is full. So you should not worry about what to do, what not to do. Whatever you like, be expert on that. You have your role, at least in the Industry 4.0 journey, when it is going to change the landscape of the factory. See this slide. You don't need to read each and every part of the slide, but there is an interesting message in this slide. This slide we use for different purpose. But one thing is coming out. Where is my factory coming out? The factory is here. Factory as perceived an isolated island in a remote place. Don't know what is going on, we only get the product. But if you see the business, end of the day all of us want to do business. In the business we have many counterparts. We have R&D, we have supply chain, we call logistics, we have customer, we have drop-off point. Now, how manufacturing industry can be connected to all these counterparts of the whole business in a real time? we call integrated supply chain. So factory in isolation cannot be happy. Just I get a manual order for someone I don't know, I make it, put it on the truck, and truck is living. That is a conventional factory concept. But if you see this picture, it is predicting that there are many, many elements. Someone need to remind me the time. Okay. How many? Okay. Has to be all integrated one. Now, connecting a factory information to the R&D, monitoring a truck when it is leaving the factory till it is reaching the destination is a different ball game, where you need IoT, where you need connectivity, and whatnot. Okay? So all these things are the real challenge now in front of us in the industry. I have the technology, but how do I convert it, use it to come to that level is the topic for you need discussion. Okay? I'll be skipping some of the technical slides very quickly. We all know Wi-Fi. It's a wireless media. So, but now we cannot use Wi-Fi in the industrial application if I want to connect machine. The future is coming LTE or 5G. I think in the second half there is a session from Ericsson. They will be covering this 5G part. We will be having, that LTE, we are all now fascinated about speed, right? Now, when it comes to 5G, I'll be just quickly touching one point. 5G, which is a connectivity media, is just not about speed. There is nothing has happened in mobile world. If you look me from 2G to 3G and 4G, what has happened? Except one film you can download within a few seconds. You browse very fast, that's all. But 5G is all different. When I would like to control a robot inside my shop floor, remotely, it is just not the data speed. The latency, we call it, the time it takes to control, it's very, very vital. Today's mobile network cannot provide you that sort of latency. If I want to run something AR here, I think some topic was going on, AR application. Now, we are working heavily on AR application in the manufacturing industry. Now, AR is a huge data content. There, I really need huge bandwidth. But when you want to connect a machine, most likely that bandwidth is not the important, like small IoT device. It's not important really. It is more coverage is important. Whereas mission critical robot, if I want to use, maybe latency is important. So same inside factory floor, if I want to make a wireless network, I have three different type of requirement. Something very high bandwidth, something I want very fast, something it's okay but it should cover wider area. Now, today's all connectivity is actually moving to that direction, that how it should support manufacturing industry, and 5G will be a great enabler. Why not even not LTE? This is the story of a real life story from our own factories. This is automated guided vehicles. Vehicles means it actually carries material from one place and takes to other. If you see this chronological journey in our own factory, this is nothing from any normal document. You will find we started, this picture you see two heavy AGVs. We started like this 2 years back. But then we found that I need to move to Merkel-less AGV. I cannot have a tram line like train like inside a shop floor. So you have to move to Merkel-less AGV. Now, as soon as we are moving to a Merkel-less AGV, you all understand the connectivity comes into picture, control comes into picture, mobile app comes into picture. And we have in our factory. And by the way, it is very interesting. All the AGVs, whatever is in our factory head is here, and he will be giving another lecture today in the second half. He has given a name. We consider the AGVs as one of the member. PT is smiling, okay? But the point I'm trying to highlight, inducting a normal automated guided vehicle is nothing but an industrial automation. Just I don't want manpower, I wanted to reduce the load of manpower, I put a robot. But Industry 4.0 is not about just industrial automation. Many people say Industry 4.0 is automation. No. This type of robot, AGV, now we can monitor and control from any part of the world. Do you believe that? We are experimenting. Now, when I topped up this IoT application and connectivity above industrial automation, I'm trying to complete the chain. And that's the example of how we are pursuing industrial automation. You could see a lot of robots are here, small robots we have for our different application. In this very room, there is one student, I could see him. What he is working? The robots, unfortunately, are in isolated world. Robots are very good. But if you see the robot interface, you don't have that brain to connect. He's trying to connect all the robots so that from any part of the world, any place remotely, I can take control. So connected robotic platforms we are working. Robot is not Industry 4.0, but if you can connect all the robots and use it to your benefit, that becomes Industry 4.0. Now, so n number of such application you will find in our factory like app. This is a nice picture. We call it double robotics, not picture. This is just iPad. This is a Bluetooth connection. It's a robot. So if I give you the password, you can take control of the robot from any part of the world, and you can navigate literally through the shop floor and see monitoring. And we do it. Now we see the challenge of latency. I can control it effectively because wireless communication is bad. So this type of robot, which today is still perceived as a toy type of item, when it will be converted to real life as a part and parcel of our day-to-day operation in a factory, is the journey of Industry 4.0, and all activities are going on towards that direction. This slide shows we at Nokia factory really trying to make use out of it, just not for a demo purpose. So you know, as a Nokia, we go on transferring many products to another factory to another. We have 27 factories, including our counterpart. And we are making use of this robot for training, direct sharing. Otherwise, if someone needs to fly all the time in case of critical problem to Mexico or any part of the world, it's time consuming and wastage of time. So this double robotics, we are using it. This is important. Digital twin is another word. In the industry, particularly software guys know very well. Digital twin is very much relevant to Industry 4.0. What is going on, that whatever is in my shop floor, everything should be replicated in the cloud, basically. So this slide, what I am showing you, this is not the slide, is the live. Each my shop floor, what is going on through this web portal, you can see at any point of time, not control, just monitoring. I am happy to say that what I have just now shown you, just 1 minute, digital twin, this has been converted even to an app. So we call it remote factory on the go. You know who has developed this app? Some face I see who is sitting just in front of me, which is associated with this boy smiling, Vivek. This is your student, one of your colleague has done it, and this is a useful part and parcel of my whole day-to-day operation. That's why the point was I was trying to say. We are talking about this software part in the morning. Now, as I was telling little bit sarcastically in the morning, that we corporate world spend a lot of time on non-value added time in meeting it. Now, the software people, all this Power BI, reporting, minutes, is becoming automated now. So the software robotics, also in the first half I have heard that a lot of discussion was happening on RPA. Now, RPA is going to play a very important role from both perspectives. One is to really reduce our non-value added time, what most likely white collar people spend in the industry. This is also true for manufacturing. Not only that, can we deploy the software robotics for manufacturing application, not for the reporting purpose? So we have also that example. So what we are trying to do in the shop floor, if a machine is working, some signal we are taking out, and if some activity to be triggered after that, we are trying to adopt RPA. So RPA for manufacturing floor, also we are exercising now. Okay? So I'm coming to end of my presentation because of the time. I have promised I'll stick to time. This slide, see the lot of clustered dotted points are there. This indicates that we are taking many steps, topics, which covers AR, VR, connectivity, RPA, whatever you call. And end of the day, we need to connect these dots to declare one day that yes, it is an Industry 4.0, but never you can declare, most likely it will continue. Last topic, even if I exceed 2 minutes, I need to speak. We are also toying with this idea, a completely revolutionary idea called proof of concept, that is called factory in a box. Factory should not be rigid. Factories are only very few. Can we make a mobile factory, like today you are used to know mobile ambulance? Then why a factory cannot be mobile? And that experiment is going on, and that is very important on the context of if some disasters happen somewhere. Somewhere I have built a factory, spent a lot of money, crores and crores, then the load has gone down. So should I shut down the factory? What if I have couple of mobile factories which are really connected through this IT world, and whenever required it can go and serve the purpose that time and come back. So this is called factory in a box concept. It's ultimate connecting everything and the final shape of Industry 4.0. Having said that, I do strongly feel in this whole journey of Industry 4.0, we have many partners who can contribute to the success. In that, universities play a very important role. Startups, of course, are there. And we are pursuing that. If you see this slide, already we are linked with many university students, startups for all our journey. We have created a garage, which is a playground for the students, and we have just started, well, not even 1 year. There, all the students are welcome, depending on time schedule, to experiment, okay? You could see, this is showing actually we are involved in it, okay? Having said all these things, storyline, what I told, end of the day I told, any corporate house is a business house. So we like to convert it to some business figure. For the sake of course, I cannot explain the absolute amount, but I can definitely share this type of data, which is true. We have seen by adopting this type of initiatives, which we did not have any clue initially, and we thought it is wastage of money or what we are doing, don't know. Then we found that we are getting significant improvement on our productivity, UPH, quality, and we have got it. And when we analyzed, we found this has not happened just by managers has suddenly become very good. We always cost cut, because corporate house has a very typical tendency of denominator management, because that is very easy, quick, numerator, denominator. Industry 4.0 and IEO, I see, has a great opportunity to really improve your top line by reducing the non-value-added items, okay? So it can be a great enabler. And in this journey of Industry 4.0, we need all partner students, their contribution. And thank you. But with this picture, there is a message. I think all of you know this picture, right? Why I am showing this? Before I end, though I have exceeded time, I know, but not 2 minutes, I think 1 minute I have crossed. Why I am showing this slide? End of the day, we should not forget one basic things. If you do something technology for the sake of technology, it will kill you one day. So it is going to be non-productive. And we have experienced in real life in manufacturing floor also. If I want to bring something in the light of Industry 4.0, which is really not solving the problem of my operators on the floor, if it is not making their life easy, if it is not taking care of the stress, believe me, they are not going to accept it. Whatever management side, we can put pressure on them. So it means, even in the Industry 4 technological initiative, whatever we should do, we should keep in mind that human is the ultimate who is there on ground. So whatever we do, we should try to take care of them through your innovation automation. If you try to do something excluding them, take it from writing, everything is going to fail. This is my own real life experience trying to adopt Industry 4.0 in this very Chennai factory. Thank you.